Frank Mora, former US ambassador to the OAS, basically said, taking down a weak military like Venezuela's, easy. The problem is everything after. A collapsed state, a fragmented society, armed gangs, no clear succession plan. That day after is what keeps actual policymakers up at night. And trust me, they don't want another multi-decade nation-building project. In Panama, some of Noriega's people actually pressured him not to leave, because if he fled, they were done. Same thing with Maduro's circle. Many are sanctioned. Some face US indictments. For them, this isn't politics, this is survival. When people have everything to lose, they don't say, yes, I should pack my suitcase and exit gracefully. They say, no one is going anywhere. Here's the thing that's rarely said out loud in DC. If you want to take military action in Latin America, you need at least some Latin American support. Right now, crickets. Even Panama's current president, a man who once opposed Noriega, said, we are not hosting US forces. Don't drag us into this. Other countries are also cautious. No one wants the region turning into a live-action geopolitical chessboard again. Because whenever the US starts talking about intervention in Latin America, the region gets instant flashbacks like it's a Cold War reunion tour. Right now, Washington is in, let's call it, option shopping mode. Military strikes, boots on the ground, blockades, more sanctions, cyber operations, diplomacy. Nobody knows. What we do know, officials are comparing the situation to Panama to figure out lessons, not necessarily to repeat it. They're asking questions like, what worked? What failed? How do you stabilize a country after regime change? How do you avoid getting stuck in a decade-long conflict? And the answers are messy. Look, whether you love or hate the US's foreign policy, whether you think Maduro is a dictator or a victim of foreign pressure, the situation is complicated. Invading Panama happened under specific circumstances. Tiny country, non-US presence, a leader whose support collapsed, a military dependent on the US. Venezuela, not even close. You've got 28 million citizens, allegiances with Russia, Iran, Cuba, armed gangs and militias, a humanitarian crisis, political polarization, and no regional backing for a military intervention. If Panama was a model, it was a model with chaos, civilian casualties, long-term geopolitical costs, and scars that still exist today. Even people who supported the Panama invasion at the time admit it is not a plug-and-play operation. So just where that leaves us. History doesn't repeat, but policymakers love pretending it does because it makes their job easier.